Braille class. Today we are going to be recapping the split digraph A sound, but first of all we'll do our revision. Let's have a look at our sound from yesterday. A, E, A, E, W, O, oo or U, ow, ch, oo or ow or o, oo or u, your, o split digraph. Fantastic. Let's see whether you can spell the A sound from yesterday. So play all day. What two letters make that A sound? See if you can pause the video. Let's see if you're right. A and Y. Well done. Next one. Can you write down the phoneme E? As in, what shall I see? E. Just a little clue. Both letters are the same. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you're right. E and E. Well done. Last one we're going to do today is A for snail in the rain. A for snail in the rain. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you got it right. A and I. Well done if you did. Now we're going to see whether we can revise some of our high frequency and common exception words. Remember, thinking time, and when I push it forward, say that word. Not. Of. Off. Remember, thinking time first. What? So the bit that's tricky in this word is that letter A that would usually make an A sound, but in this word it makes an O. What? Also, we've got that naughty U where the H is silent. What? Brilliant. Right, let's see now whether you can spell those words. So remember, I will say the word, pause that video and see if you were right. Can you spell the word of? Of, and there is no V on the end. It sounds like a V, but it's not. Of. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you're right. O and F. Next one. Ooh. What? What? And think about that special friend W at the beginning and the letter that's making the O sound in that word. What? Pause the video. Let's see if you were right. W-H-A-T. Well done if you were. Next one. Off. 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 I need to get myself off the sofa. The word is off. Let's see if you were right. O-F-F. Well done. Now we're going to recap our split digraph A sound today. And let's have a look at that caption action. So this here is Caveman Dave, and he's a caveman. So for this bit, our caption action is going to be a rocking Caveman Dave. So I want you to get your hand like this, so your palm facing out. Put your thumb down, index finger stays up, your middle finger goes down, the finger next to the middle finger goes down, like this. So you should have it like this. So try that again. Palm, thumb down, this index finger stays up, the middle finger down, the finger next to it down. There we go, rocking. And we say, Caveman Dave, because our Caveman Dave, he's a rock star. So let's see if we can do that. Caveman Dave. Let's go. Caveman Dave. And again, Caveman Dave. So when you see this side of the card, you're going to get your hands ready. Caveman Dave. Let's have a look at the letters that make our split digraph A. So think about the letter names that go together to make our split digraph A. It's A and E, and it's a split digraph. What does that mean? Well, it means A and E. They're chatting in Miss Bailey's class. And I can't have that, because otherwise you won't be able to learn with too much chatting going on. So they have to be split up, so a letter goes in between them, but they still silently hold hands, and they make the sound A. Can you say that? A. So when you see this side of the card, you're going to say A. When you see this side of the card, you're going to get your rock star hands out. Caveman Dave. Okay, let's see whether we can do it. A. Caveman Dave. A. Caveman Dave. A. Caveman Dave. Fantastic. Okay, see whether you can write that split digraph A sound today. So think about the letters that you need. What are the two letters? And think about it. Are they together like a digraph or is it a split one? Have a think. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you're right. A and then a space and an E. Well done. Now we're going to have a go at segmenting and blending some of the words with our split digraph A sound in today. So remember Miss Bailey saying segment not once, not twice, but 3 times. Right, let's have a look at this first one. I'll put it a bit further forward. S, U, A, V, S, U, A, V, S, U, A, V. Slave, like my brother plays a game where I pretend to be his slave and go downstairs and get all his chocolate for him and his crisps. Slave. Next one, see whether you can do this one on your own. So I'm going to show it and see whether you can pause the video and see whether you can segment and blend that word. Let's try. K, A, K, K, A, K, K, A, K, cake. Like Miss Bailey's favourite cake is chocolate cake. Oh, let's try a hard one. So let's have a look at this one. See whether you can stop the video and segment and then blend it. Let's see if you're right on this one because there's something quite tricky. The first syllable, which is this one, so if I close that card, that word is the word be. Now, if we were segmenting that normally, you might say but, be. But we know in this word that this is a common exception word and it makes be. So can you say that? Be. Now let's see whether you can do the next bit. A, so we've got be and have, and then we put that together to blend behave. I need to behave or Miss Bailey will tell me off. I might lose my break or lunchtime. Behave. So quite a tricky one, that one. Oh, let's try another one. This is a nice, easy one. Again, pause that video and see whether you can segment and blend it. Let's see whether you're right. Name. My name is Miss Bailey. Name. And we're going to do one more. Let's try this one. Remember, pause that video. See whether you can segment and then blend it. Let's see if you're right. Dave. Now, why have I got a capital letter for the word Dave? Have a think. Were you right? It's because it's a name and we need a capital letter for a name. So that first letter, that D, needs to be capitalised for the name Dave. Well done. Now let's see whether you can spell some of those words. So can you spell the word slave? Can you spell the word slave? Remember, pause this video. If you want to challenge yourself, you can write some sentences with that word in. Let's see if you were right. S-L-A-V-E, and it's got that split digraph A in that we've been learning today. Well done. Can you spell the word name? Name. My name is Miss Bailey. Name. Remember, pause the video. Let's see if you're right. N-A-M-E. Well done if you were. Next one. Oh, it's a hard one. 2 syllables. Behave. 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 I need to behave. Otherwise, I won't get my treats. Behave. Pause that video. Let's see if you're right. B-E-H-A-V-E. Behave. Next one. Cake. Miss Bailey was very greedy and she ate the whole chocolate cake. Cake. Remember, pause that video. Now let's see whether you're right. C-A-K-E. Fantastic. Remember, it couldn't be a curly k there because otherwise, what word would it make? It would make case. And it doesn't mean like a suitcase because we don't spell that with a C, we spell it with an S. So we know it has to be a k sound, so it's cake, and it has to be that kicking cake. Last one. Can you spell the word Dave? Now think it's a name. Dave. And pause that video. Let's see if you're right. capital D-A-V-E. Well done if you were. We're going to have a go at holding our sentence, writing it and then extending it. We're going to use the conjunction or today. So our sentence is I must behave. See whether you can say that. I must behave. And again, I must behave. Well done. Now let's see whether we can put some actions together to help us to remember that sentence off by heart. So for I, we're going to do what we usually do. Big capital I. So draw it in the air. Imagine your finger is like a magic pen, so you can draw in the air. So big capital I. And then must, we're going to do an M. So like a McDonald's sign, we're going to put our fingers together and make an M like that. Okay, so I must. And then for behave, because you guys are really, really good at behaving in my class, I'm going to do what lots of you guys do when I clap. You cross your arms or you show me that you are ready. That's really good behaviour. So I must behave. Full stop. Next one. Let's go again. I must behave. One more time, a bit fast this time. I must behave. Full stop. Fantastic. Now let's see whether we can write that sentence. So bring my board a little bit closer. We're doing a capital I because not only is it a personal pronoun, it's the first word in our sentence. And the first word in the sentence has to be a capital letter. So big capital I and making sure that it's sat on the line and larger than our lowercase letters. Next word is must. We're leaving a finger space and we've got must. So think about the sounds. Us. Must. So M-U-S-T. I must behave. Now remember, behave has got our split digraph in from today. So we're going to do be. So if you think about the word be, it's about B and an E. And then have. Now remember, it's the same word, so it needs to be all together. I don't want any finger spaces. Our split digraph, which is A and then an E with a gap in the middle, remember, because they're very chatty. And the last sound is v, behave. So the v goes in between. I must behave. We're going to put our full stop. Now, remember, I said today that we are extending our sentence using or. So we're going to cross that out. We're going to put I must behave or. So what's going to happen if you make the wrong choice and you misbehave? Okay, this could be an example at home, could be an example in school. So some of the consequences we have in school if you misbehave, so maybe in class you were supposed to be getting on with your work, but instead you were chatting to your friend and not listening and not getting on with your work, is you might have to do your work during break time or during lunch time or during your own time. Okay, so you could think about examples at school, or you could think about examples at home. So for example, when I was younger, if I misbehaved at home, I would not be able to get my daily chocolate bar, okay, because I love chocolate. So my mum would say, no, you've not done the right thing, you've not made the right choices, you're not having your chocolate bar at the end of today. I'm going to eat it instead. So I had to make sure I was behaving or my glorious chocolate was taken away from me. So I want you to see whether you can extend this sentence. I must behave or what might happen. Is your favourite toy going to be taken away? Will you lose iPad time? Will you not be able to go to football club if you've done the wrong thing? You could think about home or school.